Well, good afternoon, everyone. In this video, I want to talk about this relocation in Panama that I've been planning for years. Is this going to happen in 2025? Well, I certainly hope so. But with the new President Donald Trump, as many of you know, he has made threats concerning Panama in using military force to take the canal back if necessary. Now, I am going to have to take a wait and see, because my plan was to be in Panama by the end of August. If Donald Trump threatens to take the Panama Canal back using military force, if necessary, then that's going to change everything, because that implies an invasion. And the U.S. Embassy in Panama might get closed down. All Americans who are living there right now, and there's a very large expat community that lives in Panama, would have to evacuate. So he wants to break a treaty that we signed back in 1999 between the then President Torrijos and Jimmy Carter. The Panama Canal belongs to the Panamanian government. Now, Donald Trump made several erroneous statements. He said that 38,000 Americans died in the building of the canal. Now, that would lead one to believe that it was Americans who built that canal. That is so false. There were some 25,000 Frenchmen who were involved in the building of that canal back in the 1800s. And I believe the number is like 56,000 total of people who were involved in that project. But out of all of that, only 300 Americans died in the building of that canal. He also said that the Chinese government controls the canal. That is totally false. There is no Chinese military in Panama. The Panama Canal is 100% controlled by the Panamanian government, ran, operated, and maintained by Panamanians. So, are there Chinese in Panama? Yeah. There are Americans in Panama. There are Canadians in Panama. There are Europeans in Panama. There are people from all nations and ethnicities in Panama. Now, as I speak, President Trump's Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, whose ethnicity is Cuban, is in Panama meeting with the Panamanian president. Now, it's obvious why he's down there. He was sent there by President Trump, probably to issue ultimatums and strike a deal or whatever, to either get the Panama Canal back or get something out of it. I hope that the leadership of Panama says hell to the no to all that. An agreement was signed, and the Panama Canal belongs to the Panamanian government, not to the United States of America. And a deal is a deal. And Donald Trump should know that. But you see, Donald Trump is not an honorable man, in my opinion. What he's doing here, he's telling leadership around the world that you can't trust him. Yeah, you can sign something, you can strike a deal with him, but that deal is as worthless as a piece of paper that it was made with. He's telling you that he can't be trusted. Don't trust him. Yeah, we made a deal, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to keep it. So, while I want to relocate to Panama very badly, I have to take a wait and see on this. Now, I have some time. I have about, I'll say 90 days to get the ball rolling. And my plan here is to apply for the pensionata visa. The pensionata visa is a permanent residency visa. It is not a permanent citizenship visa. And it's going to cost about $2,000 to get. And that's money well spent. The process goes like this. I'll have to hire a Panamanian immigration law firm to do all of the heavy lifting for me, or at least most of it. I'll have to provide proof of at least $1,000 a month. That's lifetime pension. That's either from my Social Security or my government pension, either one. I don't need to submit both. I'll also have to get an FBI background investigation. And so once I get all that documentation together, I'll send it down to the Panamanian immigration law firm. They'll look them over, make sure all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. Then they'll let me know that everything looks good, that I can come on down. And the reason why I have to go down to Panama, I have to physically appear in the immigration office with my application along with my attorney to submit my application. And there'll be documents I have to sign, there'll be translations going on, and they'll take a photograph of me, and I'll have to hang out in Panama for 7 to 14 days. And the reason for that is that it takes about that time for them to process my application, and then I'll be issued a temporary pensionado visa, which is good for 180 days. Now, once I get that temporary pensionado visa in hand, I can either remain in Panama or return back here to the States. So if I get my temporary visa card, say around, June, I have about 2 months to get my house packed out. And that's going to involve either selling all my furniture, which I prefer to do, placing items in storage, including my Jeep, and getting utilities and all that stuff turned off, saying goodbyes and things like that. And then during all that time, I should receive a phone call or an email or some type of communication from the immigration law firm saying that my permanent pensionado visa has been issued. And once I get that communication, then I can return back to Panama to pick that up. But at that time, that is going to be a one-way ticket. So there are logistics involved. Timing is crucial here. But if President Trump disrupts this, then it makes no sense for me to relocate to Panama. And I don't like this. I don't like this change in American governance, where we're bullying other countries, or he's bullying other countries. Canada, our ally, our friend. Panama, our ally and our friend, with tariffs. If you're gonna do that, do it with our enemies. Why our friends? Where does this narcissistic mindset come from? Why? I don't want to have this mentality as an American where I feel that the world is mine and I can take what I want because I can, because I have the military and economic might. I believe that this could backfire on the United States of America, or a day might come in the near future or distant future where we are going to be ones who are no longer number one. Personally, I believe that China has already surpassed us economically. So, to make a long story short, I'm going to take a wait and see on this relocation in Panama, but I do believe that it would be a wise thing for me to go ahead and proceed with the pensionado visa application, so I'll have that in hand in the event that nothing happens. I already know where I want to live in Panama. It will be a high-rise condo with an ocean front view, and I'll talk about that more. So that's what I have for you guys today. In the meantime, you guys have a great day and an even better tomorrow.